A very good day, everyone. For today's lesson, we are going to take a look at documenting evidence. The topics covered are reasons for documenting sources, citation style, and in-text citations. Reasons to document sources. Well-written research papers require the information found in your investigation to be appropriately represented and cited. Writers cite sources to allow others to identify and assess the sources presented for information relevance. Just as you relied on other authors' citations to evaluate materials for your own research, others will look for citations in your paper to evaluate yours. Reasons to document sources. The most convenient way to document sources is by identifying the research sources you are using. Do not make your bibliography, which are your references, the last thing you do in the writing process. The source of an important information or quotation is too simple to forget. It's difficult and time-consuming to retrace your sources to see everything over again. Capture the bibliographical or references information that you need while searching. On your screen you can see a table of sources. There are 6 columns and 6 rows. For the sample topic for this paper is Dystopia in Modern Society. So in your table of sources, you have the article title in one column, the next column article source, followed by excerpts from the article, the authors who have written the paper, and the year of publication. So for this example, 3 sources are provided, while the 2 others, the magazine and website, are own examples that you can provide. So for the first example, let's say you found something interesting in the article titled Spaces of Utopia and Dystopia, Landscaping the Contemporary Society. So you note down the journal, name, the address, and then the excerpt, the sentences and phrases that you found interesting in the article. For example, public services and collective consumption to local citizens was severely compromised. That was found on page 155. The authors of the article, Gordon McLeod and Kevin Ward, and year of publication 2016. So you move on to the next article that you found, Dystopia, A Natural History, is from a book. You write down the publisher, the place of publication, interesting excerpts. The word of dystopia evokes disturbing images, human society resembling ant heaps, page 4. Author, Gregory Clays, year publication 2017. Another article, What Does Our Future Look Like According to Dystopian Fiction? This article source is a newspaper, The Independent. The interesting excerpt, there has been renewed interest in The Handmaid's Tale since the TV adaptation, page 1. The author, David Barnett, year of publication 2019, September 11. And you do the same thing for the magazine as well as the website. Table of sources to bibliography. References. So each time an author is mentioned in your paper, his or her name will appear in the references, starting with the last name, followed by the first name. So you have David Barnett becomes Barnett D. And this is the Independent newspaper article. And you have Clays G, Dystopia, Natural History, McLeod G, and Ward K, Spaces of Utopia and Dystopia. And notes, references is the final page at the end of the written academic paper. Refer to the APA 7th edition publication manual for more details. Abstracts from table of sources appear as in-text citation in the written academic paper. Citation style, APA citation style. APA format is the official style of the American Psychological Association and is commonly used to cite sources in psychology, education, and the social sciences. The APA style originated in a 1929 article published in the Psychological Bulletin that laid out the basic guidelines. These guidelines were eventually expanded into the APA publication manual. So why is APA format so important in psychology and other social sciences? By using APA style, researchers and students writing about psychology, education, or the social sciences are able to communicate information about their ideas and experiments in a consistent format. Sticking to a consistent style allows readers to know what to look for as they read academic written articles. APA in-text citations. Include an in-text citation when you refer to, summarize, paraphrase, or quote from another source. For every in-text citation in your paper, there must be a corresponding entry in your reference list. APA in-text citation style uses the author's last name and the year of publication. For example, you have the full name Michael Fields, first name Michael, last name Field, and you have the year of publication as 2005, so it becomes in parentheses Field, 2005. For direct quotations, include the page number as well. For example, Field 2005, page 14. For sources such as websites and ebooks that have no page numbers, use a paragraph number. For example, Field 2005, paragraph 1. Example paragraph with in-text citation. So as you can see here on the screen, you have names appearing in parentheses, Derwig et al., Thomas. So in your written text, you know that you got the information from Derwig and Thomas. So in the final page of your academic essay, in the references page, the name of Derwig and Thomas appears as follows. This table demonstrates how to create an in-text citation depending on how many authors are in your reference. If you have one author, for example Forbes, you have Forbes, 2020, written in parenthetical citation. So you have the brackets here, the parentheses, and a narrative citation looks like this. Forbes 2020 stated, two authors, Bennett and Miller, 2019. And then you have the narrative one, Bennett and Miller, 2019, concluded that, followed by three authors. When you have three or more authors, you have the et al. So Jones et al. 2020 and Jones et al. 2020 shared two different, a group or organization as an author, East Carolina University. When you write East Carolina University 2020 found, so parenthetical citation is used at the end of a sentence, while a narrative citation is used at the beginning or within a sentence. On your screen, you can see an example with one author, two authors, three authors, an example with a group or corporate author. So you can pause and take a look at all these examples, and we'll continue. Quotations. A group of words taken from a text or speech and repeated by someone other than the original author or speaker. Why do we use quotations in an academic writing? Someone else said it better. Someone else said it first. Someone famous said it. It supports what you want to say. When not to quote, your introduction in a paper should be your own words. The first sentence of your paragraph should be yours. The conclusion of the paper or last paragraph should be your words too. So no floating quotes. Do not just drop a quote in without your introduction in front or explanation at the end. Quotations. There are a few different formats to quotations: with a signal phrase, without a signal phrase, as a block quote, with a citation in the quoted text. Quotations with a signal phrase. When introducing a quotation with a signal phrase, provide the author's last name followed by publication date. Place the page number preceded by P dot and the page number in parentheses at the end of the quotation. Here's an example. As Davis 2008 reported, if the existence of a signing aid was unsettling for linguists, it was also starting news for animal behaviorists. Page 26. Quotations without a signal phrase. When not using a signal phrase, place the author's name, publication date, and page number in parentheses at the end of the quotation. Use commas between items in the parentheses. Here's an example. If the existence of a signing aid was unsettling for linguists, it was also starting news for animal behaviorists. Davis 2018, page 26. Block quotations. If the information is more than 40 words of text, do not use quotation marks. Instead, use a block quote. Indent the quote 0.5 inch from the left, double space the entire quotation, cite the source and page or paragraph number after the final punctuation mark. Here's an example. Students having a hard time finding databases is not a new phenomenon. At the University of Virginia, they have problems too. And then you have the quotation. So you can see that it is indented. So it's one whole paragraph slightly to the right. And at the end you have Layson, McKinstry, Fraser, and Babbitt, 2019, page 510. Quotations with a citation. When quoting material that has a citation in it, keep the original citation. The embedded citation does not need to be included in the reference list. So you do not need to put the original citation source in your reference list. Here's an example. In the United States, the American Cancer Society in 2017 estimated that about 1 million cases of NSMC and 59,940 cases of melanoma would be diagnosed in 2018. Miller et al., 2019, page 209. Well, that's the end, but there's further reading. PowerPoint slide, additional notes, reference list. This will tell you how to create the reference list for different article types, as well as the following websites: mendeley.com and citationmachine.net. That is all for documenting sources, and see you later.